Here at Durham, we offer a single honours degree in history and joint honours degrees in English literature and history, modern languages and history, and ancient, medieval and modern history, which is history and classics. We cover the whole chronological range from the fall of the Roman Empire to the present day. We have modules in British, continental European and US history. We have particular strengths in East Asian history and in African history. We have one of the largest groups of African historians of any department in the UK. From 2020, we will also be offering South Asian history, and we are a leading department in the UK for medieval history. Thematically, we cover almost everything: political and religious history, economic and social history, cultural history, gender and sexuality, history of race and empire, environmental history, and much more. We work on everything from manuscripts to photography, printed sources to museum collections. All our teaching is research-led teaching. What this means is that we design modules around our own research interests. So the questions that we are asking, the debates we're involved in, the types of sources and primary evidence that we're exploring. The emphasis in a Durham degree, like any arts and humanities degree, is on your own independent work and thinking. In the first year, we think about what is a historical question. What kinds of questions do historians ask? What makes a historical question? In the second year, we go deeper into debates. So we ask, why do historians disagree with each other, and how do they answer the questions they're asking? In the third year, you will ask your own questions. So you will write a dissertation on a topic you choose using sources that you find. Throughout the 3 years, you'll learn to read effectively and critically, how to think critically, how to summarise and analyse evidence, how to construct arguments, and how to put those arguments across clearly in writing and orally. For a single honours student, a typical way through the degree programme would be that in level 1, you choose 6 modules out of a wide range, but covering medieval, early modern and late modern. And these modules are designed to introduce you to areas of history that might be unfamiliar, that you haven't encountered before at school, and just to get you thinking about history in new and different ways. Examples of modules that you might take could be New Heaven and New Earth, which explores how medieval Europe was shaped by Christianity, or The Rise and Fall of Slavery in the USA, which asks you to think about how slavery and race are factors that have shaped the history of the United States. In the second year, again as a single honours student, you take another 5 modules, still covering medieval, early modern and late modern, but this time going much deeper into particular themes or periods or areas. So for example, you might study crime and conflict in early modern Europe, or international human rights since 1945. Finally, in the third year or level 3, as a single honours student, you write a dissertation, which can be on anything you like, provided you can find sources and someone to supervise you. You also take a special subject where you look in depth at a particular topic or theme, studying primary sources in detail. So you might look at unpublished medieval manuscripts in the Cathedral Archive, or petitions to Parliament in the 19th century. You'll also study alongside that a broad module designed to get you thinking about history as a discipline, and in particular what history takes away from other disciplines. So for example, you might look at how political science and development economics has helped historians understand conflict in post-colonial Africa. In addition to the wide choice of modules you've got in history, you can also take a certain number of modules as electives in other departments if you want to. Joint honours students take half their modules in history, half in the other department. In addition to that, combined honours and social sciences students and liberal arts students can take a certain number of modules in history, depending on the number of credits. Teaching is delivered through a combination of lectures and seminars. So lectures, you're taught in large groups. In your first year, that might be up to 130 students. In the other years, up to 50 students. And you listen for an hour, take notes. The lectures introduce ideas, key questions, key debates, and give you a starting point for further reading. Seminars are small groups, usually about 10 students, and in those you'll discuss set readings and test out your ideas on other people. In addition, there is one-to-one contact. Dissertations, you will have 6 hours of supervision one-to-one with a tutor, and all tutors are available twice a week to answer questions about work and give you feedback. Teaching is assessed through a mixture of coursework and exams. This varies from module to module. Some modules are 100% coursework, some are 100% exams, most are a mixture. For coursework, you'll write different types of assessments over the 3 years of different lengths, and there's also an element of oral assessment in your second year. The first year is just a pass and doesn't count towards your final degree mark. We want you to have a chance to experiment, try out different types of history and get used to university learning. Your second year will count towards 40% of your final mark, your third year 60%.